What we have here is competition. There is someone or a group of people who are very competitive, but they all seem to be looking at an empress. Their eyes are searching what this empress is doing. How is this empress staying afloat? How are they staying successful? How are they staying strong is what I'm hearing. The empress being in reverse, a lot of disempowerment, rather than seeing someone being disempowered, I feel like this could be past energy. Now, you know, my readings are timeless, so we can be picking up on past, present or future energy, sometimes a mixture of all three. But what I'm getting here is that there may have been a time in someone's life here in the collective where certain things that people were doing would have made you feel small, would have made you, you know, kind of knocked the wind out of you a little bit. And I had a conversation with my boyfriend this morning about autistic traits, and how sometimes I can't tell when people are, or I can't tell when people are mocking. And in the past it would really upset me because I was looking to belong, and now I couldn't give a flying rat's butt. I literally don't care. I do not care, and it goes past my head anyway. And I'm getting here that these people, because it's not, why do I get that it's more than one person? They are looking at the past and how they can do something now. We have the King of Cups coming out. We also have the Two of Wands. The King of Cups in reverse. This is maybe coming from someone, specifically a figure within this group, that should know better because they were seen as a protector, a provider, someone who maybe you trusted. Maybe this is someone that you were close to, that you trusted. This is like having a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, whoever, you know, even a family member that was supposed to be there for you, you know, and they were stirring something up here. They were literally stirring something up here. Egotistical is what I'm hearing. We also have the Two of Wands in reverse. So something, it's not that something has stopped or something is blocked, because they're still doing the same games they were doing before, but it doesn't seem to affect you the way that it did. It doesn't seem to affect you the way that it did. My name is Bronwyn. This is Bronwyn's Cove Tarot 111. If you are new to this channel, welcome in. It's good to have new faces. The more the merrier. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, it's always good to have you back. I'm going to ring this bell. This is just to cleanse the space around us, for me, for you, for everyone. If you have any type of sound sensitivity, I do advise that you turn your listening device down in 3, 2, and in 1. So let's see, why are we being shown this? We have the Five of Wands. We also have the Nine of Pentacles. There may be, I was going to say there was issues for someone here, but what I'm getting more than anything is we are looking at the past. We are looking at someone not wanting to rock the boat in the past. And it's coming back to this Empress, which is showing me past energy of you. The Five of Wands here, not wanting conflict, not wanting to argue, not wanting to have the limelight on you maybe. And then having the Nine of Pentacles coming out is, it can be codependency, but this is like a lack of independence. There was, whoever this group is over here, very, very codependent. They like to act as if they are the ones that have the power. They're the ones that hold the reins to somebody's life or value. And really, they're very thirsty for attention. They're very thirsty for people to view them in a specific way. Look, there are many people here. There's people walking together, working together to disempower someone here, or to take away someone's success. They may be viewing you or someone in the collective as someone who has a lot of independence, somebody who has changed so much from the past that they don't know how to regain that back again, because you're not looking for value from outside of yourself. Now, I must say, if I'm talking too quickly for you, it's because I had my first caffeinated coffee. Thank you, Greg's. My first caffeinated coffee in about 3 years, because I was so tired this morning. Like, decaf wasn't doing it. And I am wired. I am so wired. It didn't kick in at first. And I was like, See, I'm fine with caffeine, and it is a zinger. I'm telling you that now. So if I am talking too fast for you, please know that there is a little cog that's either up here in the corner here or over here somewhere. If you press the cog, you'll be able to change the speed and slow it down, fasten it, whatever you need, okay? Anyway, I digress. They seem to be doing something now. I feel like something's been seen though, because we're viewing things from the past, but I don't know if it is you viewing this from the past. It's somebody else viewing what happened in the past and being intrigued or being interested in this interaction, because it does feel like this was very much to do, this is like bullying, and it's very one-sided. There's no retaliation, there's no, you know, I'm going to do what you've been doing, I'm going to stoop to your level. It's just, I'm going to ignore you, I'm going to turn the other cheek, I'm not going to harness that energy. I don't want to be in your energy, so I'm going to continue what I'm doing. And I can see someone like walking away while they're having stones thrown at their back, and there's no reaction, none whatsoever. So it does seem like somebody is reviewing this or watching this in some way. Okay, so I'm going to put down the Three of Pentacles first, which is talking about teamwork. The song that I've had stuck in my head for the last couple of days is I Had Some Help by Post Malone. I didn't know that it was a Post Malone song, and I heard it on the radio and I was like, ooh, this is a banger, I like this. And I have been waking up with that song in my head. I have been falling asleep with it in my head. So I know there is a message within this. This person here with this King of Cups, this could be somebody that they're kind of like holding a grudge, or they are holding some sort of resentment, because when you listen to that song and the lyrics, it's talking about how a relationship takes more than one person for it to fall apart. It takes two to tango, whether that is, you know, creating a beautiful relationship or creating a really dysfunctional one. And it's from the point of view of somebody who's going, well, it's don't put it all on me, it's not just me that has messed this up. And I think that this person being the focus of some sort of group here has been talking and talking and talking and talking about you. Talking and talking and talking. And there are people around them that are riled up, that are like, yeah, we need to disempower this person. No, you're right, we need to knock them down a peg or two. And it may be to do with a breakup. It may be that you have walked away, or there was a separation. You may have actually, you know, separated amicably at the time. But this person has turned sour. This person has turned sour with time. I'm going to put the Nine of Pentacles down. This person may feel like they don't, they're not as successful or as independent as you are. I am going to take a sip of my coffee. So I have got a microphone on. If that is not your thing, like you listen to people drink, I would turn down your listening device now, okay? 3, 2, 1. Okay. So let's see. Do you want any more from this deck? No. Where would you like me to go? Oh, okay. This one. All right. Let's take this out. And I think there's a lot of assumptions that's being made on this person's part about how you feel about them. So whatever it is that they're saying to other people, or they have said to other people, there's this assumption that you are doing the same thing, that you are playing the same games, that you are running your mouth the same way that they are. And in all honesty, I'm not picking that up from you. I'm getting that you have one person who likes to air their dirty laundry because they want to feel validated for the way that they feel or how they left things. And you have the other person, which is the collective, that seems a lot more private. And kind of like, I'm going to deal with this, I'm going to heal from this in my own time, but I don't need to speak to loads of people about it. Or if you do, you're speaking to those who are trusted, not just any old whoever, because they want attention. Now, which one did you want? Okay, this one here. Okay, so let me grab all of it. I've got to be so careful about grabbing this deck, because I had a really good idea about 1.5 years ago to laminate my decks, because I kept knocking coffee and stuff over them, and then I gave up after the first one, and this is the only one that will not stand up properly by itself. It's like Jenga. One wrong move and the whole thing falls over. Right, let's see. Tell me about the Seven of Wands, please. What's this competition, this jealousy, this need to... It's like one-upmanship. One-upmanship. There's some sort of defamation of character that's going on. Yeah, you've got a twin flame in reverse. Yin, yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, and complement each other is upside down. So this is somebody that maybe you've learned a lesson from. This may have been a very major lesson when it comes to strength, when it comes to your solar plexus, when it comes to setting boundaries in what your worthiness is, where your worth comes from. Self-love, self-care. This was a big one I'm hearing. This was a big one. After this person, there may have been major changes, not because of them, but in spite of them. And I've got the bit in my head where Post Malone says, you blame me and baby, I blame you. And that's it. That's the bit that's on a loop. This person keeps thinking that you are still hung up on this person, whether that's in like hung up in them romantically or just hung up in them in a hurt way or an angry way or a resentment way. Tell me about the Empress in reverse, please. Someone's reviewing this. Someone's reviewing a lot here. They're looking into someone's behavior, a group, I want to say gang behavior, like group behavior towards one person and how unkind they were. That wanted to come out. I'm finally ready is upside down. I don't know why that wanted to come out, but let's tell me about the Empress, please. Let me put you down for a second. Tell me about the Empress. What do we need to know about the Empress? Thank you. Phoenix rising. We also have cassette in reverse. This, yeah, this really feels like bullying, and bullying either in a relationship or like being made fun of. It's like being in a partnership with someone where the friends don't like the person that's been brought in, like the romantic partner, or they feign interest, and when that person's not there, everyone's mocking the Empress in reverse, including the romantic partner. And they're just assuming that you're doing the same thing. It's very petty. It's very page energy. Page in reverse. We have the Phoenix in reverse. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth and change mind. And it's upside down. This person, people, whoever this is, they stopped you from growing. They were trying to stunt you from growing. It does give that, oh, you think you're better than us. Oh, you went to college, or you went to, why did I want to say, like, you went to art school, or you did so-and-so, oh, you think you're better than us, do you? When there has been nothing's been done to give that kind of air in any way, shape or form. Now, if I lose my words, I did not sleep well last night. I kept waking up. So if I keep losing my words, it's because I've got a bit of brain fog. I apologize. If you know what I'm going to say, just yes, thank you. We have cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head, and it's upside down. So this person thought that they were over you. There's something here about openly stating that they were over you. I'm over this B word. Whatever. Very much trying to ramp themselves up, give themselves pep talks. This person was gossiping a lot about you. But what is this defamation of character that's coming through? Gangstalking is what I wanted to say. That's why I heard gang. Gangstalking. Right, this is giving me, like, I was picked on when I was at school, and it's not like a smallest violin moment, because I'm 42 years old. It's just an experience, right? When I was a teenager, I got picked on for so I got bullied at school for like 3 years maybe by these kids that were in like younger classes, but the guys were really, really, really big. And they used to follow me around telling me that I was dirty. And when I was little, when I was at school, I did not have the confidence I had now. I was very quiet. I was very gawky. I was like this dork with like very greasy bangs. I had braces because I had buck teeth. I looked like Ugly Betty, back in the day. I don't know if you remember that show. I looked like Ugly Betty. I had a big mane of hair that I did not know how to deal with because it was the 90s and I did not have straighteners. My friend used to iron her hair. I used to iron her hair on the ironing board before she went to school. And I used to get picked on and I wouldn't say anything. And that's the energy that I'm getting here, of someone just picking at someone's insecurities and then being very, very quiet about it. We have self-indulgence in reverse, focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. It seems like we have a bunch of meanies here that are being looked at. Why are they being looked at? Because whoever's looking at them has nothing to do with them. It's not connected to them. They seem to have, there seems to be some distance or coldness towards the whole thing. Like someone's looking at this through paperwork, or they're looking at this through CCTV, or they're looking at this in a very professional manner and going, okay, so this is like emotional abuse or emotional bullying. And trying to figure out why, because something doesn't add up. Something here doesn't add up. These people here, they're still doing something, and I think that they've actually pulled up the historical bullying by accident. I don't think that they thought someone would look into this, and they are. We do have I Feel Your Energy Day and Night coming out here. Okay, so we have a collective person who is a very strong empath. A very strong empath. That may be another reason why there was an unwillingness to kind of get into any kind of conflict, because I know for myself that when I was younger, and I feel very comfortable with being vulnerable with you guys because you are soul family, right? But when I was younger, I did not know how to regulate what energy I allowed into my space and into my aura and what I didn't. So I was just open and I would feel everything. And I don't mean that I empathize with other people, I did, but I can feel other people's anger. I can feel it in my body. I can feel exactly where it is. And the same with like happiness, sadness, ecstaticness, being excited. And it was very overwhelming. So I wouldn't want conflict with people because I'd feel that conflict for days. I'd be holding that in my body. And it seems like someone here may have had a very similar experience with working with their, you know, that psychic skill of being an empath. Why have we been shown this though? Tell me about this Three of Pentacles. Because it does feel like, if we skip to present now, that the same people who were doing this to you, whether this was when you were a child, teenager, a year ago, whenever that may be, are at it again. They're trying to do something again. But they don't realise that you aren't the person that you were 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 30 years ago. Like, I'm not the buck teeth, you know, ugly Betty that I was when I was, you know, when I was 13, 14. I am someone completely different. I'm still the nerd, which I love. But I'm definitely not somebody who, like, is like a wilting wallflower. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. Stay grounded is coming out here. Stay grounded. Some sort of, okay, this is interesting, because the download that I got here is that whoever it is that's reviewing historical bullying, defamation of character, they're building some sort of case here, aren't they? They're building a case. Ooh, they may be getting in contact with you at some point. The coffin coming out with endings, bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. They're going to give you, it's going to give you a new lease on life. Now, this can be a loved one, as in a romantic partner. This can also be family members, because there is definitely something going on here with a funeral in the past. For some people here, you've got twin flame in reverse. There's a funeral that happened in the past. What is this funeral? Why am I being shown that? So I'm being told by Spirit that I have to pick whether we're going to go down the family side or whether we're going to go down the the fake twin flame side, because it's going to be very difficult to be able to weigh the two. So which one would you like, Spirit? Twin flame or family? Family. I've been told to go down the family side. Okay. Tell me about this, please. Cupid's arrows coming out in reverse. Okay, so at some point, you may have had family members. This is why this twin flame is coming out, and I'm understanding it now. The reason why I'm being told to focus on the family is because this is connected in two, but I'm being told to look at that as an add-on rather than the main focus. There seems to be family members who did something here to put you in a position in a relationship that wasn't for your highest and greatest good. This is the lengths that someone's family members have gone to emotionally bully, but like covertly do so. We have Cupid's arrow coming out with have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, and hesitation. And it's in reverse. We got this in reverse with twin flame. They purposely placed someone on your path that wasn't for your highest and greatest good. It was like trying to break someone's heart when they were younger so that you don't believe in love. Who does that to their own kin? Who does that to their own kin? That's awful. Now, why the defamation of character? Yeah, look, I need to be alone right now. They wanted you to kind of like isolate yourself. You've got some real meanings in your family. Okay, tell me about this King of Cups, please. You've got keys on a ring coming out. They specifically brought someone into your life that was just looking to place you as a key on a ring. You know, a notch on a bedpost. But you're just a line in a song. Many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. That's redonkulous. That's redonkulous. What? Tell me about the Two of Wands to the self-indulgence in reverse, please. What do we need to know? Yeah, I thought so. Let me go to the other side. See what we need. Do you see what I mean by these just having a life of their own? Tell me about this side. Tell me about the self-indulgence in reverse to the Two of Wands. What do you need to know? On the floor, and we got the snake coming out. I'm gonna have to grab that. Give me one sec. Okay, so what we have here is competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder. The other woman is coming out as well. It seems like whoever it is that they were getting to come towards you is someone who has many other people on their ring, many other keys on their ring, many others. They were just bringing drama towards you. They wanted someone who would make you not trust opening up to other people. Let me take these. Can you tell me about the Five of Wands to I feel your energy day and night? Tell me what we need to see here, please. What do we need to know about this with the Five of Wands? Clarity. Clarity, please. Thank you. Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception and focusing out. I told you there was gangstalking going on, right? So you have somebody in that group that may have become, I don't feel like they've become obsessed, but I do feel like they're watching someone's movements here. Stabbed in the back is coming out. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. And I'm placing this one down with stay grounded, because there was somebody here within your circle, maybe. I'm going to cough. One sec. I think you're going to be made aware by whoever's investigating this, whoever's seen this, that there are other people that you didn't realise that were also part of this, that are still part of this, that are still doing things here to disempower, to have you feel like you have to be dependent on something here. You have to be dependent. You can't live your own life without having some sort of drama in it. Tell me about the coffin, please, to the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Why? What's going on with that? I heard the other woman. It's something to do with the other woman. Okay, one sec. Girl with a snake is coming out. What's this? Empath and narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used, enabled, and boundaries. Okay. We have someone's ex here. There's definitely an ex here. And they cannot stop talking about you. There is a lot that is kind of mishmash between family and this ex. And how they're running in the same circles is so weird. Whoever this ex is was planted. They literally were planted there. That's wild. That's absolutely crazy business. Let me put these down for 1 second. Okay, you just fall over there. That's fine. Where would you like me to go? Let's have a look. I'm going to go under here. And I'm going to grab these out. Okay. Tell me about this fake twin flame. This person that was like the setup. I think that they were supposed to be someone that also went back and told family members what they had been doing, how you'd been reacting to certain things. Because it feels like this isn't just about making you upset or making you not trust love. They wanted updates. I heard payment is due. Payment is due. So they may have been paying this person. That's crazy. We've got the 5 of Swords. We've also got the 3 of Wands in reverse. Oh, to Magician in reverse. I am getting from this, but things that they were reporting back may have first been about arguments. About, you know, being as abrasive as they could. Rubbing you up the wrong way, so to speak. But that stopped. Something that stopped. And there seems to be a massive focus on when that stopped. Because again, this King of Cups is still the focus of this group. And now we see why. Because they're relaying information back. I don't know if they are still as tight as they were before with your family member, this ex. There's definitely a group of people, though, that they are speaking on your name. Because where they were supposed to be breaking your heart, humiliating you, embarrassing you, doing whatever, it seems that your absence is highlighting how much this person not only invested, because they caught feelings in some way. They must have caught feelings in some way if they are still chatting your name. If they're still chatting your name, they're still talking about what you're doing, if they're still focused on you, then you have to have had some sort of allurement towards them in some way. They can be like, nah, that's not true. I don't care about that B word. But then why are you talking about them? Why are you wasting your time, your energy, your words on someone who doesn't even think about you, who's not in your life anymore? Unless you feel some type of way. I'm putting the 5 of Swords down here. I think they're angry that you were able to move on so quickly. That's how they see it. You moved on so quickly, or you healed from something. Because again, I'm getting this energy from the start again, where when there's a bully and they're poking at someone, trying to get them to rise and have a go back, and they don't, they lose interest after a while. There's no point, you know, bullying or picking on someone who just doesn't even look at you or admit that you exist or recognize you exist, right? And it seems like whoever's investigating or watching this may be seeing this happen again. They're seeing, why am I getting like online conversations? They're tracking someone's online conversations because it leads to something bigger, is what I'm hearing. It leads to something bigger. There is something here that they've been doing, like you were a target or you were marked in some way. It has to do with the funeral over here, and I had that before. And it has to do with money. You have the 3 of Wands coming out here. The 3 of Wands I'm putting down here. I need to be alone right now in reverse. Yeah, this person may have been tracking you. I'm getting like with this King of Cups and masculine energy. Please know that if I talk about pronouns, I'm not talking about genders. He, she, they. I am literally just talking about energies. Same if I say masculine or feminine. It's up to you whether or not you assign a gender. You don't have to. There is something here that they were trying to stop you from doing. stop you from leaving, stop you from becoming very set in having good boundaries. Someone got too cocky here. Someone got way too cocky in what they were doing, and you just cut them off. It's like the end of a relationship became silent, or it became like two people living in an apartment together, or living in a house, or whatever your arrangement was, but not really seeing each other. Like, one person could have been sleeping in one room, the other one could have been sleeping in the spare room or on the sofa or whatever. That's the same energy of like cutting off a bully, not giving them any attention whatsoever. Why is this being investigated? Okay, Five of Pentacles is coming out here. I feel like the Five of Pentacles wanted to go this way, but I picked it up the other way. This King of Cups, there's something going on with, I heard, evasion. They're evading something. They're evading something. It may be paying certain people money when it comes to a one-night stand here. There are other people, that other woman, or the other energy that came through. Look over your shoulder, the other woman. The drama that they were bringing in, or the drama that they wanted to bring in, is now the drama that's just on them. Because you removed yourself from a situation. You removed, your guides just pulled you out of that. The divine, the Most High was just like, no. You're done with this lesson. You learned what you had to learn. You need to come out of this now. I do think that someone is going to be contacted. I don't know if it's going to be the police, a lawyer, something official, where you may be asked to either give in some sort of statement, and it may be a witness testimony or something, or it may be that you are being seen as a victim. And because this is not, you can't be arrested for bullying someone. As much as there should be laws against bullying people, unfortunately, it's not, as far as I know, in the UK, we just don't have that. We have I think you can have, like, is it a cease and desist for like harassment? I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer. But there's something else that is linked in here, and it has to do with money. So this person, along with this group, were doing something with money, maybe in your name. This may be what the police, a lawyer, someone official is wanting to speak to you about, but they're going to talk about this behavior on top because they are building some sort of case against these people. We have the Five of Pentacles coming out. The way that it seems to have been brought to their attention, I don't think that it's so much them going in and going, hey, this person did this to me. It's more this masculine energy evading payment of some sort, or giving something to whoever this other woman is, whoever the snake is. And it's kind of snowballing from there because they had to investigate their relationship. You've got the Five of Wands coming out in reverse. So this person wanted to come forward as being, yeah, they don't want to come forward as being too combative because they don't want to be investigated themselves. But no, all of the stuff that's happened to you, it has been seen. It is being investigated. And I know that, you know, I do read comments. I like to read what you guys put because, you know, this community is only a community if we're all involved in it, right? If we're not, then we're not part of that community. So I love to read the comments. And sometimes people will say, well, it's always being investigated, but they don't do anything about it. Sometimes there are things that are happening behind closed doors that we aren't aware of. Investigations can sometimes take years because they're not just investigating, let's say, what's happening to you. They may be investigating a group. They're investigating a group of people, which means they're doing this to multiple people. Multiple. And to build a case that's big enough that they can actually encompass catching as many people as possible, and then not only the people at the bottom, but work their way up to get whoever's at the top of it. That takes time. It takes patience. It takes a lot of dedication. Please be patient. Please be patient. I know you already have been, and I'm not saying this in any way to judge you. Just be patient, because the Most High works in not mysterious ways, but divine timing is exactly what that means. When the time is right, the time is right. Tell me about sunglasses, please. It does seem like they are also collecting information on some sort of online stalking, online gang stalking. They're collecting data on how many times someone looked at like your profile, your YouTube channel, your TikTok, your Facebook, whatever it may be. It's weird. It's very, very weird. Tell me about the sunglasses, please, to the Five of Wands. Death is coming out here. Something's been blocked. Someone can't gang stalk, or they can't see you online anymore. You may have made like, you may have made your profile private so they can't look at it. You may have blocked a specific person. And I feel like this masculine here they were not investigated, but they had a conversation with the police or whoever it is that's looking into this, and they were asked about you. There was something about you that was asked when it came to that your online presence. Like, do you follow this person? Do you try and connect with this person? Have you tried messaging this person? Have you been looking at this person's profile? And they lied, and they were like, no, I haven't. And I don't know if they were told, well, we need to have a look at your history, and they kind of panicked and they've wiped their history and they've stopped looking at you, or they've stopped doing something because it's really incriminating. It shows guilt in something here. Tell me about stabbed in the back, please. Thank you. You have the Hanged One. You have the Ten of Swords coming out. Okay. We also have the Elder of Wands. So the Hanged One is what came out first. Staying grounded. There's a need to stay grounded here because someone is going to try and pin something on you. I think this is when the police or whoever's investigating is going to look deeper into your relationship with not so much the family members just yet. It's more to do with this King of Cups in reverse and the people around them, and then secondary the family members and how it's linked into this unaliving over here. The Ten of Swords coming out in reverse. Like, this is sidestepping some sort of it's not just a bitter ending. This empath to the narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enabled, and boundaries. You are being seen as a victim here. I don't think at any point you were seen as a suspect. You are being seen as a victim. It does seem like you were able to sidestep something. I heard by the hand of God. By the hand of God. Okay, I've been told to put this deck down. And I'm going to go over here to my Tea Leaf Tarot, and I'm going to get just a couple of cards before I go. Tell me about any advice, actually, any advice that you may have for the collective on this. Okay, news is on the way, is upside down. They may be arguing that they haven't actually got any, they haven't got any updates yet. Because so there's squabbling happening now. There's conversations happening here about what to do, because they did do something in the past to really disempower you, more than just this bullying. This is almost like subtle defamation of character. They were putting things online. They're having to slowly go back and try and wipe all of that, but I don't think they're going to be able to. Look, wealth, I told you there's something going on here with money, with taking money. You have a meeting with a stranger could be important coming through. You have in need of help, assistance, and guidance coming through. I honestly feel like a police officer is going to come through, or someone along those lines. And then it says someone will try to make you do something against your will. Can I get two more before I go, please, Spirit? Okay, great worry over nothing. And lastly, you also have happiness coming out. I will say also, because this one wanted to show itself, September's going to be very, very important for you guys. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that gave you the confirmation and clarity that you needed. If you are new to my channel and you'd like what you heard and you'd like to see more, I would love you to hit on the like, the subscribe, and on the notification bell so you can see just that. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, hearts, kisses, stay awesome. Bye.